All right, guys, you're going to have to ignore the barking dog in the background. We have a junkyard next to us, and he's a good junkyard dog. So he's going to bark at us the whole time. But this is Paul Nallen's trailer. He has been my client since August, and we have been working on his operation for a little bit of time. Paul wanted just the creme de la creme. He wanted the perfect trailer, and I recommend I of course, now me, I started out with nothing. I started out, just with my truck and nothing else. I didn't have the ability to have any of the nicer things and things like that. However, if you do have the ability, you do have some farm money, you get your farm grant, if you will take that little bit of money and put that into something like this, into drones, and instead of a ground sprayer or air or something else, your returns will be so much more. I can show you an ROI calculator. I can show you a white paper comparison of tractor versus drone. I can show you so many ways that it would be better to invest in something like this, and your yields will increase and your work output will actually decrease. And I can actually prove that. But this is, like I said, this is the trailer, these custom paint job. I use a custom fabricator. He worked one-on-one with Paul, and every little detail that Paul wanted, Tanner put in here, and he did a phenomenal job. PNW is the name of his drone service. He's based out of Steele, Missouri. He's gonna spray anything. He's gonna have his licenses for anything. However, he is going to specialize, start up, burn down. He is gonna do some orchard spraying, and he's gonna do just a multitude of things. So, but Paul's trailer, is the first trailer. His and Isaac, who you'll see in a second, are the two trailers that if I could pick, like the Apocalypse, it's not the same thing, but it's like the Apocalypse End of the World trailer things. It's like I would pick one of their two trailers because their trailers are phenomenal. They have everything you need on them. They are not overkill. They are expandable. They are useful. Everything's in the right spot. Paul's toying with some ideas of maybe doing a gooseneck. That's always, that's a big debate, bumper pull versus gooseneck. We can make it work either way. So some features, Paul gave me full disclosure to show you as much as I wanted to show you. The closer I get to that dog, he's on bark, so we'll just have to work with him. Anyway, Paul has added in a lot of things here. We canned his ladder there because his knees bother him sometimes, so we made that just a little bit different to where he can climb to the top and not his knees not hurt all day. We've got ladders in various spots so he can reach things. We've got the chains, we've got the assistants, the pulleys to raise, lower. Tanner has wired everything up for him to where we will not have to add anything else on. Probably going to do some LED lighting. Yeah, there it is, LED lighting in the corner. I like that. Isaac Haywood is another farmer you're going to see in a second. He's got strip lighting that I like a little bit better. Generator rise, you're going to see this a lot in the field. You're going to see this a lot in the debates, and it's going to be which is better, which is this, which is that, 50 hertz, 60 hertz, this much starting, that much starting. That generator right there, in my opinion, is my favorite. If I could buy 20 of those, I'd buy 20 of those, and then every trailer I built would go out with it. It is phenomenal. I've had it in the field and I have ran it all day, 14 hours, and never had one single problem. Run it back to back to back, 10 days straight, and not had one problem out of it other than refueling it. That's it. Comes with remote start, which I still think blows my mind for a generator, but that's what he's got in his. And Paul is actually going to be part of our first airport operation. This is something I haven't talked about yet on camera. We have been we haven't officially been contracted, but we will be contracted by the Jonesboro Airport to spray the borders because they have cut some trees down, and the tree stumps are so uneven that they can't get a ground rig in, they can't get air in, they can't get a backpack sprayer in. So they are going to have us fly these two strips 30-foot wide, and we're going to spray some chemicals and kill everything down. That way when planes are landing, they've got better visibility. And that's just some FAA guidelines. So for me, that was a first. That was a new thing. That was interesting when they called me. Anyway, Grayson is my chief of operations. He'll be spearheading that. I will be involved in that. And then Paul and his amazing trailer will be a part of that. I'm going to try to climb through this without this dog going crazy. So follow me. So this is a side drop down. You'll see a lot of trailers have wood. Wood is good, wood is fine. However, wood long-term has to be replaced. It retains chemical, it absorbs a lot of things. You have to be careful with wood. Wood is something you have to really monitor. So going all steel like this is ideal. So this side drop down allows both our feet to go up it, plus we can get a motorcycle, ATV, side-by-side, stuff like that. Just found out I'm actually going to be a vendor for the new E-Ride e-bikes. And so watch for that video because that's going to be next. So follow me up these steps. So up here, without showing too much of his stuff, he's got his drone secured in the middle, which is appropriate and correct. This is our mixing station. And when you get our trailers prefabricated and turnkey, they're not get them and put them together and do things like that. Unfortunately, I've had one in the past that I've had to do that for, and that was very poor showing on my part. But I've corrected that issue, and now I make sure that when my clients get my trailers, they're all fully ready to go, to where by the time they get their trailer, they've got their drone, they've got their VIN numbers, they've got all their equipment, they've got their exemptions, they've got their education, they've got everything they need, and then they're ready to go. So that's the biggest benefit I think we have at Southern Drone Ops is we don't do tell out one piece. You're not going to buy a drone from us and then not hear from us, or when our tail lights get out of view, you're stuck on your own. We have so many pre-recorded videos on our server to where you are able to repair the drones yourself if, God forbid, you have damage in the field. So that's just one more advantage I like to think of as well. Our drive is pretty vast. It's got a lot in it. So, but this is our mix station. This is a 55 gallon. And we've got our pump on. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep into this. A lot of this is my design and Tanner's design, so I don't want to give away his nor I's design. But the top part is all Tanner's, and so I'm definitely not going to talk about it because he will punch me in the face if I talk about his secrets. But that is his setup for the tubing. And that way we can run this from either side. There's a drop down to your left. There's a drop down right here. And then we're going to have a second floor we'll walk up to here in a second. But like I said, in my opinion, this trailer right here is open. There's some great things in here. One thing I would add, I want to tell Paul to add, is over this mixing station right here, I want to have him add in a drop down dry erase board. That way he can write his chemicals down and do his calculations, and that way he'll know what's inside his mix tank and what he's working with. Sometimes we forget, sometimes we get rolling and going and stuff like that. So I'm a dry erase board guy. If you ever come to my office in Jonesboro, you're going to see like 7 or 8 dry erase boards are everywhere all over the walls, just because I got to get it out of here or I'm going to lose it. So y'all follow me upstairs. So taking a look at the ground, I can guarantee you that's something you're not going to see on any other trailers. You're not going to see a center reel hose like this. That's beautiful. I remember the phone call that night on that idea. That lets him pull from anywhere and lets him feel from any side, front, back, anywhere. Phenomenal. That to me is just the work of a true craftsman, just putting something like that there when everyone else will just hook it on the side or do an underside hose reel, do something like that. The other part is these hooks right here. If you can't guess, these are securing hooks for a drone. So if he wants to secure it up here, he's moving in between fields. He can just secure it up here. Or if he wants to look really cool and he wants to be in the Christmas parade, which is coming up, he can put it up top, turn it on, play some helicopter music through his radio and go through the Christmas parade. So, but these are just some very, very nice touches that are added in when you use the custom fabricator, when you don't do an assembly line, when you don't do an assembly line trailer, which is what you see so much now. You know, my dad and granddad, you know, were crop dusters. This industry means so much to me, and just to see the rush to it, I get the fact everyone's got to make a buck, and I get that. But there's a line between making a buck and safety, and taking care of your clients and making sure they've got what they need, and not just kind of leaving them hanging or giving them just enough, giving them, you know, just barely enough. That's a big difference, and that's why I'm so in love with using Tanner for all this. There's two other clients here that we'll talk to in a sec that he's custom building their trailers too. And one of them one of them looks nothing like this. This is Paul's trailer, PNW Drone Service, Steele, Missouri. Paul and Allen, phenomenal guy. I'm at his beck and call for quite some time now. He hired me for a full consultant for a year. And so any issues, any questions, any service, anything, he's always got me to call. There's not much I haven't seen out in the spraying world. And if it's that bad, still ain't that far from me, and I can be there in no time, and he and I can knock out some jobs pretty quick. So if you guys have any questions about this trailer or the fabricator, or you want something like this, or how to get into this, definitely give us a call. This is something that we can make, and this isn't something that's going to last a year or two, 3 years or 4 years. Maybe have your kid pick out the color because they might inherit it. I mean, that's how long these are going to last. Just the work on the undercarriage, the underside of it, with chemicals that he did, sealing and working and welding under there, that alone makes this drone just darn near bulletproof, or this trailer darn near bulletproof. So anyway, I encourage you to give us a call and let us do a custom quote for you and get you a custom trailer. Anyway, guys, just give us a like, give us a follow, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks, guys. Love y'all.